Hello, crew. How you doing? Today we're going to talk about recruiting more business builders. Who would like to do that? Would you like to be able to attract more business builders to you? So, just straightening my my hat there. I've just got off a call with my network marketing team, and they just don't stop talking. So it's like rush. Gotta go. No, it's all good. It's all good. So how are you? Where are you coming in from? Let me know. How are your businesses going? What do you need help with? Is attracting business builders to you one of those things that you would like to do more of? So let me share with you 3 ways to do that. So maybe relevant, maybe not, maybe something that you can look at or think about, compared to what you're doing, at the moment. Just a reminder before I get into the content for today, details up above in the description. If you're not part of our online crew coaching community, you absolutely should be. There's over $7,000 worth of training in that coaching community for you to access for free when you join this month. So all my previous training you can get access to and then watch at your leisure. But this is the last month that you can do that. So all the details are up above. If you need more practical training on how to build your business online, if you haven't got your branding sorted out, all those kind of things, content creation, organic growth, business pages, all those kind of things, that's what the training is all about. So check out the details up above. So how is everyone today? We've got Olive here today. How are you going with your Christmas organizing? Have you done anything yet? Have you done all your Christmas shopping? Have you not done any at all? Any of you going away to see family? Can you travel, or are you stuck at home? Let me know. Would love to know what you're up to for Christmas. Hey, Melvet, good to see you on. We've got Beth here as well. Hello, great to see you here. Portsmouth. Lovely. What's the weather like there? Hi, Heather. How are you? Good to see you on. We've got Sarah from the Sky Depth pool, if you don't mind. So is it warm enough to be sitting around a pool? Obviously it is. It's not here today. It's a bit cooler where I'm at today. Hello, Patricia. Good to see you on. We've got Christine as well. Laurie, you shouldn't leave to the light. I know, Laurie, you're my problem child over and over and over again. Hello, Gloria. Good to see you on. We've got Jennifer here as well. We've got Judy and Bob almost finished Christmas shopping. Well, that's good. Melissa from Perth, Scotland. Good to see you on. What hour is it? It must be late, very late at night. Is it early hours of the morning? I'm not sure. Let me know. Christmas, no traveling here, in lockdown, and can't even see our families that are here in town. Really, we had a restriction of 10 people in a gathering in a private home, and that's being lifted, we believe, before Christmas. So we should be right to have everybody together in our state. Hey, Hero, how are you? Good to see you here. The weather is very cold, but no snow. I reckon if it's going to be that cold, I'd want snow. Snow's pretty. I'm sure it's a pain in the behind for a lot of you, but it looks pretty. Good to see you here. Midnight in Scotland. Yeah, I thought it'd be something like that. So well done for staying up late and being here live. It's good to see you. Happy holidays. So that's just somebody watching from our group. So just click the StreamYard link at the bottom of the description in the group. I'm broadcasting in 2 different places, my business page and my free group. But when you're watching from the group, you need to give StreamYard permission for me to see who you are. Hello, Susan. We love Christmas, and we will have 20 for breakfast. So obviously our restrictions must be lifted because you're near me. I'm terrible actually now, guys, unless I absolutely have to. We don't actually watch the news. I don't listen to commercial radio. There's nothing positive on the news. My 12-year-old son absorbs all the negativity from the news and then can't sleep at night. So we haven't watched the news for a long time. So unless somebody tells me what's going on, I live under a little bit of a rock as far as COVID goes. I don't even listen to commercial radio. So sometimes I have to ask, what's going on? Or somebody soon tells you, right, we're back in lockdown, like it's all over social media. So social media helps me, keep up to date. Heather, cannot see anyone that is not in your own household. So you've gone full lockdown. Gym shut again, school closed till Jan, curbside pickup at restaurants. Wow, you are in full lockdown. Susan's one of our special VIP members. We're only allowed people who live in the house. Wow. A white Christmas and a sunny Christmas are equally beautiful, and it's the spirit of giving that makes it so. Yeah, I love warm Christmases. I'd like to experience a white Christmas somewhere. Gloria's having my brother out. Alberta is a rat race, so I wouldn't worry. Okay. Hi, Sophie. Good to see you on. I don't watch TV either. Yeah, who's like that? Unless I'm watching a movie with my hubby or the boys, that's really only the time I watch TV. Okay, so let me get on to the content for today. I've waffled on long enough. So 3 ways to recruit more business builders. So if you're in, let me introduce myself if we haven't met before. My name's Helen Martin and I'm your online career captain. So all this is just a little bit of fun because I'm at service to you guys, those of you that are entrepreneurs, home-based business owners, direct sellers in network marketing, and you really want to learn how to leverage social media to build your business online. So that's mainly what we talk about here. When we talk about recruiting business builders, like the traditional way that we would do that is we would talk to people, in person, old school ways. We'd have hotel meetings, stuff like that to attract people. But a lot of those things we can't even do anymore because of COVID. So how do we do this on social media? How do you attract more business builders to you? So yes, you can go and chase business builders and message people, and there's those kind of ways. But how do we really attract, to you? So I'm going to give you different strategies here. And the first one is really looking at your personal profile. So if you really want to attract business builders, but your personal profile is full of all different kind of stuff, how do people even know that you're in the business to build a business with? Does that make sense? So if you have a real goal, so there's 2 ways that we look at, if you're a product service-based business, some of you might be in digital marketing, so you don't have a physical product. But if you've got a physical product or, a service of some kind, there's that way that some people lead with. And then there's the business opportunity way that some people lead with. So what I'm concentrating on in this live is the business builders, like actually building a team and building a business. But you may really have a strong, heavy focus on the product. And a lot of people go down that track because it's easier. And that's the main reason people follow that track, is just because it's easier and it makes you feel more comfortable. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to attract you business builders. People might be attracted to you for the product-based stuff that you share. Is it makeup? Is it jewelry? Is it weight loss? Is it health and wellness products? Is it, what is it? And a lot of people concentrate on their personal profile with those kind of things because it's easier. But that is not going to attract business builders to you. It's going to attract product sales to you for the most part. Now, that's not bad. And yes, you can actually attract people that buy a product into the business. It's not saying that that's not possible, because it absolutely is. But if you want to attract more business builders, you want to talk more on your personal profile about having a business, building a business online, the opportunities of taking control of your finances, having multiple income streams. You want to start talking about that kind of side of it to attract business builders. Otherwise, you're just going to attract product sales. So who do you want in your business? And if it is business builders, you'll only attract more business builders to you if you let people know you are in business. If you start talking more about having a business in the online world, building additional income streams from the online world, those kind of things. So if you don't have any of that on your personal profile, and I'm saying with curiosity and intrigue and story-based posts, I'm not talking about saying I've got the best business, I've got the best opportunity, you should join me. I'm not talking about those kind of posts. I'm talking about sharing the journey and sharing the possibilities of somebody creating their own wealth with an online business. Those kind of things. Weave that into your personal profile so people know that that's what you enjoy. People know that maybe that's what you do, but people may, if they really like you, they know, like, and trust you, then they might inquire about what it is you do, because what you're talking about is what they want. what you're inspiring people about, taking control of their own life and their own finances and the challenges of COVID and people losing their jobs and security and things like that. You won't attract business builders to you unless you let people know what you do and what you have to offer. So story-based posts, creating curiosity around that. Mention it every now and again, guys, because if you don't, you're never going to attract those kind of people to you because they don't even know that you have a business, or that you can help somebody build an online business, or you can help somebody build an additional income stream. Does that make sense? Just want to make sure that that's really clear. You will attract what you talk most about. So if you talk most about getting really healthy, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you might want to incorporate every now and again some posts and some discussion around, building additional income streams and having an online business and all those kind of things, because you can't attract people to something that they don't even know that you do. Make sense? So start with your personal profile and let people know the opportunity and what it is that you do, and the stories that you can create around that, and share stories with emotion. People buy into emotion. People make decisions on emotion. So take people on an emotional journey about the possibilities of what they can create for themselves, and you might be just the person that can help them do that. So that's one way to look at it. The second way is, and a lot of you listening here and that follow me may already have this, but it's attracting like-minded people through a business page. So you can absolutely attract business builders and like-minded people in this industry that are looking for another opportunity or a better opportunity by having a branded business page that is absolutely talking to those people. Attract people to you that you want to attract people to. Have a business page that talks about business building and building, online and the opportunities with that. Like, attract your perfect target market. And you can do that through a business page with proper branding. So you got to have your branding message right, but talk about that often. And if you brand yourself in a certain way that helps business builders and you're in the industry yourself, let people know that. Like, you hear me say often, I'm in the industry with you. I'm building a network marketing team myself around the globe from multiple different countries. I let my audience know that I'm actually in the field building. You want to let people know that on an appropriately branded page. So if somebody gets to know, like, and trust you and they're dismally unhappy where they are, they could reach out to you. But unless they know, unless you tell them, unless you brand them in a certain way, then, that may not happen. So if you've got a business page that's branded, it's all about the jewelry or fashion or weight loss or health and wellness and whatever, don't necessarily think that that's going to bring you business builders, because it's not what you're saying. It's not what you're attracting. It's not the problem you're solving. The problem you're solving is for people to get healthier. So it's going to bring you more product sales, but it's not necessarily going to bring you amazing people to build your business with. So you've really got to look at your branding message on a business page, but it's the perfect opportunity for you to find your exact target market and those beautiful business people by a business page. And that's cold market. It's scalable. Personal profile is not scalable. Groups are not scalable. All those things can grow, but a business page, you have a lot more options on. So you could be doing both. You might have a personal profile and have a think about how you can create some more story-based posts about building a business online and those kind of things. That's how you're going to attract people to know, oh, I didn't know Helen did that. I didn't know that was something that Helen could help me with. I just thought Helen just swanned around at home all day and did nothing. Until I put information out there that lets people know what I do, or how grateful I am to work from home, or how grateful I am to have an online business. And you will see those posts, scattered on my personal profile from time to time, because that's what I want people to know that I do, and the problems that I solve for people. So think about that side of it. Think about a business page and how you're branding yourself on a business page. And if it's product focused, don't complain about not attracting business builders, because that's not the target market that you're promoting to. Okay, so you've got to think carefully about how you brand yourself on social media. And when you attract like-minded people, if you're building a business on social media in the, network marketing, direct sales, whatever it is, you have the ability to attract those kind of people to you by what you talk about on your business page. So there's those two ways to do it. The other way is, this is where you get to look in the mirror at you. How do you perceive yourself? Do you perceive yourself as being a good business builder? Or are you one of those people that says to yourself, I'm terrible at recruiting. I can never find any people. I'm okay at product sales. I get a few customers, but I can't attract the right people to me to build my business. You've got to be a good business builder before you can attract other business builders. There's some mindset shift that you might need to make here with attracting other people to you and what you do. And yes, you might still be new to this industry and you might be learning and you may not have recruited a lot of people, but it doesn't mean you don't have the potential to do that or help other people start, in this industry and build a good business. But you've got to believe that you can become a good recruiter. You've got to believe that you can, draw a lot of people to you and bring them into your team. If you don't believe it, if your story that you tell yourself in your head with your little voice is, I'm crap at recruiting, guess what? You won't attract business builders. You attract, people to you with what you say, what you do, the actions you take. So the third thing here in attracting more business builders is maybe you looking in the mirror and changing your language about yourself. What do you actually believe? And if you don't believe you're good at recruiting people, then you need to do some work on your little voice in your head that tells you that you're crap at recruiting. Because as long as you hang on to that message and that thought process and those beliefs, that's what's going to be your reality. So if you want to attract business builders, think that into your reality, learn some more skills. Maybe you don't know how to talk to people properly. Maybe you don't know how to dig into their pain. Maybe you don't realize that the conversations you're having with people are, they're all product based and you're missing the opportunity to attract business builders, or you're just not saying the right things, or it's too salesy, the angle that you're coming across, and you're not actually really concentrating on the benefit for the other person. So diving deep, the language that you use, maybe there's some skills that you need to learn to attract business builders to you, but it's what you portray on social media, it's what you say, it's how you act, it's how you brand yourself, all those kind of things and all these mindset issues make a big difference as whether you're attractive to somebody to go into business with. If I looked at your personal profile or a business page of yours, or even a group that you may have, would you be the kind of person that I would sit there and think, oh, that'd be great to go into business with? They're obviously building a business online of some sort. I wonder what they do. Like, I'm intrigued, what the business is and whether that's something I could do for myself. Would I get that impression from you and how you play out in social media? The posts that you put out there on your personal profile or a page or a group or, whatever it is. So really, really important to look at yourself. If you don't believe you're a good business builder yourself, you're not going to attract them to you. So there might be some work that you need to do there on you regarding learning the skill of becoming a good business builder yourself. And that mindset issue of telling yourself that you're crap at recruiting people. Okay, it's not rocket science, but it's hard to do because of the little voice that you have in your head of I'm not good at recruiting. So if you've got a history of not having a lot of people in your team, you may be quite new to building a team. You might have a few, but you don't have a lot. So there may be some skills that you're missing. There may be some knowledge that you're missing. It may be how you're playing out on social media, what you're saying and what you're not saying, that's not attracting those people to you because they don't even know what you do. They don't even know that you're in an online business. So if you want to attract business builders, you have to let people know that. You have to put story-based posts out there, those kind of things. So really think about what you can do or what you can change that you are doing to attract that kind of person, and believe in yourself that you can be a great recruiter, that you can bring people into your business. There may be systems that you're missing in your team. Like, you've got to have belief when you bring somebody into your business that you've got a system. Like, do you get on a Zoom and, launch somebody properly, or do you join them and then go, oh, what now? Like, here's a couple of videos and, we'll meet again next week, but you don't give them any guidance. You've got to have a great onboarding system. You've got to have a launching system. That's going to attract a good business builder, and that will duplicate. So all these kind of things are really important for you to be able to attract the people that you want to in your business. So how you show up is what you're going to attract. So how are you showing up? What messages are you playing out on social media and sharing with people about what you do and what you've got to offer? And you might want to be a little bit more open about that, but not offending Facebook's policies and standards, in the meantime. I spoke about that a couple of days ago. So if you missed my video from 2 days ago, you might want to check in with that about some don'ts, things to be very careful of. But if you want to attract really good business builders, you need to be somewhere, personal profile with caution, or a business page, and attract those kind of people by the posts that you put out, by the Facebook Lives that you do, by the vision that you paint for people, those kind of things. Does that make sense? So I just want to check in whether you are hearing this message, whether it's relatable to you. Is there any changes you could see that you might need to make on what you're saying or who you are attracting to you? Sophie, yes, I definitely need to attract business builders. Everybody in this industry does. But what are you doing to enhance your opportunity to achieve that? Maybe you're lacking some, different types of social media posts or story-based posts or Facebook Lives or things to let people know that you've got that opportunity for them. Okay. Gina, yes, I could see that. I want the business builders. Yes. Mindset. Yes. Hey, Casey, how are you? I've gained more curiosity by doing go lives on my personal page and how I'm trying this, how I'm tying this all into my life, the benefits over the long term. And it's that long-term vision that you should be continually painting for people. You've got a perfect opportunity to continue to talk about the struggles, what we're going on around the world, and solutions for people, whether that's, products that you've got or finances that, people are struggling with. Share a vision for people, but you can't just do that once. I hear a lot of people talking about, I'm going to do a power post, and they do one post and that's the only post they do for 6 months. You need to post continually and share a message and inspire people about, building an extra income for themselves, taking control of their finances, building a business from home. If you want to attract business builders, that's the kind of message that you need to share in a non-spammy way. That's what's going to create people's curiosity. Now, remember, guys, we are in a different world in social media. It just gets busier and busier and busier and busier. So you are fighting against the crowd to get people's attention. I've told you over and over again, Facebook's got about 3,000 pieces of content a day to work out which 300 to put in front of you and which posts of yours that Facebook is going to put in front of other people. We are competing for space, every single one of us. And it's the algorithm that sort of drives who sees what. So what you put out there should be meaningful. It should be strategic in some way. It should be sharing you, because at the end of the day, people go into business with a human being, not a system, not a funnel, not anything like that. It's you. So share you and inspire people. If it's all product-based, if all you ever talk about is weight loss, or getting healthier or whatever, just put that into perspective with attracting business builders, because you're not talking about building a business. You're talking about, the product side of it. So I'm not saying that that's wrong, but you just want to work out where you're hanging out, personal profile, business page, combination of both, but inspiring to people as to what's possible. And, with the busyness of social media, you need to say it over and 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 over again. It used to be about 3 to 5 exposures and somebody might make a decision. Now we're up to 15, 20 exposures potentially, because there's too much choice out there. Everyone's got these kind of things, phones glued to them. They have got an encyclopedia of information in their hands. People can research what they like. Business is exploding in this industry and people have got choice. Lots of choice, lots of companies to choose from. Why are you any different? Why should somebody build with you instead of me or somebody else or somebody else? What makes you stand out from the crowd? How you portray yourself on social media will either attract those people to you or not. Okay, it's really important to think a little bit deeper about what you post on social media and how you portray yourself and how you brand yourself if you are looking for people like business builders. Okay. Susan, yes, makes total sense. Thank you, Helen. Sophie, absolutely. Casey, yes, I can definitely make some changes. Cool. Thanks for that feedback. I need to actually make a business page. I've been thinking about it for a few months now. Okay, good thought process. Just be really careful with the branding message that you come up with that. The branding piece is so important, Casey. G'day, everyone. How is you all? High five, Mike. How are you? Sophie, I'm a good recruiter. But not finding the business builders. So if you're a good recruiter, okay, so you're probably referring to the fact that you can recruit people, but they're not the right people. So just pre-qualify people a little bit more, Sophie. So just be a little bit more fussy about the people that you bring into your business, because it might be that some people should be a customer and not actually in your business if they don't have the right, ethic or drive, or whether the last thing any of us want to do is convince somebody to join our business. And I know what it's like in this industry. You all want people to join your team because the bigger the team, the more money you make. But for the longevity of your business and having stable income in this business model, you want highly qualified people to join your team. And if they're not highly qualified, they might be better as a customer than actually in your business, because you can end up with a whole team full of people that don't do anything. And then it wastes a lot of your energy. So when you're talking to people, paint that expectation. It's not a breeze. We still got to work hard. And say all these things before they actually sign on the dotted line, and let people know what they need to do, and just say, there's so many benefits and rewards, but we're still going to work for it. Some people sell that story. Oh, you only need to get 2, or you only need to get 3, and those 3 just get 3. And on the surface of it, we know it is that easy. And if everybody said yes, it would be that easy. But we know not everyone says yes. So it's not easy. So the people that we recruit and bring in, we've got to let them know you need to put the hard yards in. This is what you would need to do roughly to sort of get where you want to go. And ask that person, like, how much kind of income would you need per month to sort of get, get what you need? And somebody might go, $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000, whatever they tell you. And then give them an indication. Okay, so if that's your goal, it would probably require about this many people in your team. So we'd need to run hard. We can't walk, we've got to run hard. If that's your goal, you have to have those conversations. So you're recruiting the right people, because you don't want somebody to think it's easy and then they get in and go, oh, this is really hard. And then they're gone. They're ghosted. You send them a message and they never reply, and they don't turn up to team calls, and it ends up being a hard basket. So be quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Selective of who you join. Okay. I want business builders that are firecrackers. I need to be a firecracker first, though. Yeah, you can't sell that story unless you're living that story yourself. If you want to be a good business builder, come a good business builder yourself first. So if you're not that person, what is it that you need to learn? What skills do you need to sharpen up? What advice do you need? What do you need to learn about language? Guys, the words that you use will make or break you in this industry. How you position yourself, how you tap into the, the pains and the struggles of the prospect, always putting the prospect first and their needs rather than the sale that you're looking for. Most people go into too much detail. We're just talking about this on the Zoom that I had with my network marketing team just before this live. A lot of people go into the detail about, oh, we got this products and, all these details, and it's details. People don't make buying decisions on details. Some people are analytical and it's important to them. I'm a bit like that. I researched the company and the comp plan and everything before I joined to make sure it was a good fit. Like, some people are like that. But people actually make a buying decision because they believe it's going to change their world in some way. It's going to make them feel better, or it's going to give them the money that they're looking for. People make buying decisions on emotion. So that's the kind of language that you want to use people to draw them in. So there's all sorts of skills that you can learn. I've got, for those of you in the coaching community, maybe you should revisit my closing sales bootcamp. I talk a lot about language and approaching people and, diving into the pain and those kind of things. So it might be a good idea to revisit that bootcamp for those of you in there. Makes absolute sense. Okay, that's true. Numbers don't matter much if they aren't working. Absolutely. You could have a lot of people in your team, but if a lot of people are doing nothing, there's no volume, no one's making any money, and if anything, it's defeating and it's unmotivating. Hello, Yvette, good to see you on. Hello, Matthew, how are you? Absolutely, it's all about being transparent and who you are, for sure. Working on me first, good. Agree, research the compensation plan, is a must for some people. But yeah, just a side note, before you join a company, you definitely want to, know how you're going to get paid and whether there's restrictions in the comp plan and all those kind of things, because most of them have a lot of restrictions. So that's just a side note. Anyway, most important out of the three of those is for you to become a good business builder before you can expect to attract anybody. Personal profile, maybe you need to include a few more story-based posts and thoughtful-based posts. Brilliant time to do that at Christmas time, to share people with you what you're grateful for. It could just be a little post about, I'm so grateful for, my online business. The business that I build from home, whatever the story is, it may be staying home with the kids. It may be, helping the family out. It may be, you're tapping into people have lost security because people have lost their jobs, but you're able to work from home. Whatever you want the story to be, maybe you need to incorporate some more posts of that. And for those of you that really want to attract business builders, you might want to look at a business page, but the branding on that business page is something that you want some advice on if you don't know what you're doing. Get some training on it. Like those in the coaching community, my branding boot camp, that's something that you want to go through in detail to get your branding right to attract the right person. What is a real shame to see is people that set up business pages or people that set up groups, and they do it because they think it's a good idea, but they don't really know what they're doing, and they end up with a dead group or a business page when nobody's engaging with it, and they're putting lots of effort in and posting, and trying to put out content and even doing Facebook Lives, and they get nothing in return. So how you set yourself, the foundation of how you set yourself up online is just so, so important for the future journey that you're going to take online. Okay. Question, how many posts generally do you recommend for a business page per day? So I could talk a lot about that. I think I've talked about that this week or last week even, but 1 to 2, Casey, 1 to 2. As a general answer, I could talk about that for a long time, but just generally 1 to 2. You want to put enough posts that seem viable without overwhelming people. Yeah, but we don't want to, did I talk about that this week? Or last week, I think it's this week for some reason, yesterday or the day before, regarding if you put too many posts out there, your own content competes with each other. So you don't want to overdo it because of the way the algorithm works. I've talked about that quite a lot on my page here. So 1 to 2 generally. Generally what the experts say is something circling roughly every 12 hours. So if you think of morning and night, that you put something out there and you give it 12 hours to sort of run, and then you put another piece of content out there. As a general rule, don't get caught up in all of that kind of stuff, because it depends on how you brand yourself and the quality of your content, the quality of your Facebook Lives, what you're saying, and, all those kind of things. So you could post, if you've got amazing content, you could post many times a day and get traction and engagement on every single piece of content because everybody loves you. Like, it depends on what you've built and what you're building as to, exactly what you should do. Okay. No worries, Casey. Yes, you talked about it. Thank you, Matthew. Going live 5 times a week, sometimes I forget what I've talked about when, and because I do a lot of calls and Zooms and stuff in between, I forget who I've said what to, so apologies for that. But I've gone over time there, so I hope that's helpful, a little bit thought-provoking to some of you as to how you might attract business builders. It's something you need to think deeply about, this one, because you can't really, bottom line is you may need to fix yourself first, before you can really attract business builders, and really watch your language around that. Like, if you say things to yourself like, I'm really not a good recruiter, that's the very first start. You want to change that kind of language, because what you focus on, you get more of. Okay, so I hope that's helpful in some way to you guys. Thank you for being here today. I will see you same time tomorrow. Have an awesome rest of the day. Bye.